Meeting to order. If everybody will stand and face the flag for the pledge. Ready? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us bow our heads in a spirit of reflection, please. Gracious and loving God, we gather this evening with humble hearts, grateful for the opportunity to serve our community. We ask for your guidance as we seek to make decisions that will shape the future of our town and impact the lives of all who call it home. Grant us wisdom beyond our own understanding, patience in our discussions, and clarity in our thinking. Help us to listen with respect, speak with honesty, and act with integrity. May we always remember that leadership is a privilege and service is a calling. Bless our residents, our neighbors, and all those who contribute to the well-being of this town. Let unity prevail over division and hope guide our choices. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Deb, we have a quorum. What's on the agenda, please?
The minutes from last month, asking for approval.
Is there any discussion from the council on the minutes from last month?
No.
If there's no discussion, I'd entertain a motion for passage.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, that passes.
2026 ILMCT conference for my continuing ed is July 12th through the 16th, and the budget is $1,800.
Any discussion from the council? If not, I'd entertain a motion for passage.
I'll make that.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes, Deb.
Our July 4th budget, we've been working with the Parks Board, and we're looking right around $8,500 for blow-ups and everything that we do.
And that's significantly less than in the past because we're kind of rearranging things
Yes.
to make it more conducive to citizens. I think we'll have a better turnout.
Right.
So is there any discussion from the board on that? Questions for Deb or anybody?
No.
No.
If not, entertain a motion for passage.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, Deb, that
Our
passes.
fireworks this year, the township trustee is going to pay 50% of them, and we're starting to get in a lot of donations for the fireworks, so we're doing well on that, just to let you know.
And the total cost on the fireworks this year,
$25,000.
25,000. Last year, we paid 33,000, and we didn't think it was any better than the previous year at 25, so we went back to the $25,000 one, and it just wasn't worth the extra 3 minutes of fireworks to pay that much difference.
Yeah.
So,
Commonwealth,
We've got a few housekeeping items for the water improvements project. We'll go through disbursement requests first. We've got disbursement request number 49 to Klein Peter Consulting, and this is for wage monitoring, labor standards, and so forth. And that's in the amount of $15,000.
okay,
And then we have disbursement request number 50 to Commonwealth Engineers in the amount of $32,193. And then finally, disbursement request number 51 to Yarberry Companies, partial pay app number 18 in the amount of $156,487.
okay.
And then one more minor item, and I'll ask for approval. We've got the inspector, Commonwealth inspector overtime that Yarberry, the contractor, pays, and that's in the amount of $4,025.30. And with that, I'll ask for approval. of
Okay,
all
so
those.
number 49 is 15,000, number 50 is 32,193, number 51 is $156,487, and overtime of $4,025.31.
Correct.
And for the audience, this is part of this project that we're doing in town to get the lead pipes out of the ground and have better water system. The water in Chesterfield is safe, so it is fine, but we're improving it for the next 100 years, hopefully. And we were able to get a $5 million grant from the Biden administration when he was president. So that really helped go a long way with paying a lot of this. So any discussion from the board?
I just wanted to let you know that they are working on Bassbinder. I don't know if they've gotten down to all of your houses, but I saw Yardberry out there grading yards today. So
Yep.
they are working on that to get it done.
Yep, absolutely. And the substantial completion, I think we're nearing around August, early August. So we're getting closer. I know it's a lot of areas of town have been disrupted as part of this, but the end is nearish. So
Well, it does disrupt our citizens, and I disrupted my street as well.
right.
You know, and you hate that, but on the other side, we got to have safe water and
absolutely.
safe community for our residents, and sometimes we just have to bear those little issues.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Any discussion from the council?
No.
If not, I entertain a motion to pay item number 49, number 50, and number 51, and the overtime.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes.
okay, and then, thank you for that. And then one final item, last month I presented a change order number 4, and that's to the contractor, and that was for additional service line replacements at Linden and some updates to Makepeace. But I'm asking for approval tonight for a revision to that change order. I think that was on the order of 70-something thousand, but we've revised it for a $0 change order because of taking out paving on Anderson Road, along with some electrical allowances for grounding work that we anticipated. There's been less homes that have required that grounding work. So basically, it's been revised for a net zero change order. So
You
with,
need a motion on that?
yes, for number 4.
Okay, so everybody understands what he's talking about, paving on Anderson Road. If you've driven on it, pretty rough, right? On Veterans Boulevard. They were going to just pave 3 to 4 foot where they trenched. But we were able to get a grant from the state to totally repave Anderson Road and Veterans Boulevard. So that's the reason why there's a back off of the money that we were going to spend. So that's to be done this, probably around fall. So those streets will be done, as well as Mill Creek Drive and some other little streets in the Bluffs. Those will get accomplished this year. So any concerns or questions on that revision?
No, I'm just happy for it. That's good.
Then I'll entertain a motion for passage.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, Brady.
Okay,
good.
thank you. Have a good
Thanks,
evening.
Brady,
You
for
bet.
coming in.
Thanks.
I have an invoice for the police department for the speed sign of $1,200 for repairs.
1,200. Is that the one that's on Water Street?
I don't know where it's at right now. It's not working.
Is the one that's not working, is that Water Street by the railroad tracks, guys?
No, it's the mobile unit.
Oh, it's the mobile.
Mobile unit,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Is that for batteries or?
There was some parts that needed replaced, and an email was sent out, but yes, several different things that needed repairs.
Okay. Any questions or concerns?
No.
If not, entertain a motion for passage.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by aye.
aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's good.
Mill Creek, we're doing lots of things, lots of community events. Euchre, the last 2 months, we've had like 25 people come to play. One I got to play and one I didn't. And KT Pawn Shop is donating door prizes.
No.
And they've brought some nice door prizes that people have been pretty pleased with. Our next bingo is July the 2nd. And the Tai Chi, is that, did I say it right? Yes. Is going very successful that we partnered with the Board of Health. This is our 3rd week, and we're having about 20 people show up every week. So it's an 8-week program. June 20th, We still have the Anderson Public Library is partnering with us for kids. They have lots of things going on that day. And then June 28th, we have confirmed, we're going to do America 250, and there's lots of flyers out about that. We have a car show in the morning, followed by Steve Jackson will do a historical presentation, and then we have a band that's going to do patriotic music that's from Pendleton area, Fall Creek Pendleton Band. And so that's pretty much all we have. We're working on flags and stuff. The flags we have this year will go out, and they're a lot bigger. They say America 250, and we need some help from residents. Last year, we had several people from different streets that put them out. They're going to be kind of big, but it says America 250, and it's got some different things on it. We approved tonight at the Parks Board meeting a flyer will come out tomorrow for decorating of houses. Anybody that wants to decorate their house patriotic for America 250, we'll have a contest and we'll give awards to the top 3 houses. And the Parks Board will not be doing the judging. We've decided that. So we have a lot going on, 4th of July, all the same fun things. That's about it. Go ahead.
Speak a little bit about your senior outreach.
Oh, senior outreach, our next one is September the 2nd, and Steve Jackson will be coming to that one, and that's one you wouldn't want to miss. And you don't have to be a senior, Tiffany, to come. You would enjoy it. The presentation he's going to be doing it on is Union Township, and I heard it when he did the bicentennial event. It's huge to know all the stuff that took place in our little Union Township before we all were here as Chesterfield. So that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, always invite you to go down to the history board down there in the hallway. If you get a chance before you leave, go down there and look at those history pictures put together. It's kind of nice.
And we will be putting stuff in there from the 250 too.
Anything
So,
else from you, Deb?
nope.
Jack, anything? Water, sewer?
Yeah, just getting ready for the 4th. So, I get the flags up, when Steve gets back. Mowing.
Yeah. A lot of that. Scott, anything from you?
No.
Amy, anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Police chief?
We still just one person down.
Come over here if you would, please.
The mic is on at the speaker.
Everything's going well so far. We are one person, a full-time officer down, and we're working to try to get that filled, that position. And I know we have some other issues here in the community with a gal and her cats, and we are seriously working on that. So I know there's some people here that's going to have some questions about it, and we are taking steps to take care of this situation.
Hang around so you can answer.
I will. Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, on the policies, a question for you. We didn't bring the policies in, the third group of policies for this meeting. We're going to do those in July.
Okay.
So if there's any other policies that get updated and ready for implementation, passing by the board, let's try and get those done in July. We can do 2. We can do as many as we need to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions for the police chief?
No, thank you.
Okay, new business.
We have a list here. How do you guys want to come up? I'm assuming you'd probably like to have Susan speak first, or is there somebody who would like to speak before her that signed up to speak?
All right, you're volunteer.
Should I hand out the, get you, I'll get that. Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. My name is Susan LaPierre, and I reside at 725 Greenfield Drive in Anderson. I'm the executive director for Ambassadors for God's Creatures. We're a nonprofit animal welfare organization. We serve Madison, Delaware, and Henry County. And I founded the organization in 2016. So the information that you have there in that packet is a flyer of, the first flyer you'll see is of all of our services. We help folks, disadvantaged pet owners with spay and neuter assistance. We offer free vaccines to the public.
We have free food once a month that we offer. We have a TNR program, Trap, Neuter, Return, which I want to talk about tonight. And then we do have a foster and adoption program as well. So I'll just kind of get right into it. One of the greatest animal welfare challenges that we face in communities today is pet overpopulation. A significant portion of that population consists of unowned community cats, and that continue to reproduce unchecked. Since founding our organization in 2016, we have helped facilitate nearly 10,000 spay and neuter surgeries, a milestone we expect to reach at the end of this month, which is huge, but it doesn't even feel like we've done that many. I feel like we're not even at the tip of the iceberg because of all the shelter, flooding into shelters and whatnot. The majority of those surgeries have been performed on cats, both owned and feral cats, and that's throughout the communities that we serve. So tonight I want to respectfully ask the council to consider adopting a Trap, Neuter, Return ordinance for the town of Chesterfield. We have successfully worked alongside city councils in Elwood, Anderson, and Middletown to implement similar ordinances, helping reduce shelter intake, decrease nuisance complaints, improve animal welfare, and address pet overpopulation in a cost-effective manner. I thank you for your time and consideration. I'd be happy to answer any questions and discuss how our organization can assist the town of Chesterfield in developing a TNR program that benefits both residents and animals. And before I end, I just want to comment on, and I know we're going to talk about that, the property at Vassbinder. Is that right? Okay. So we got involved a week ago this past Saturday, and my team went and rescued a little kitten there was a video that had gone viral, and it was paralyzed. The back end is paralyzed, and he was walking around the property, barely. So my team went there. We tried to talk to the owner of the property, but nobody was answering the door. So they asked me what to do, and so this animal would be easy prey. And I said, take the animal and leave a note. And so they did. So we rescued the little kitten and also an adult cat who was extremely emaciated and had a horrible upper respiratory infection, still is raging infection for that cat. So we have those two in our foster program right now. I've called him Henry. He's about 14 weeks old. He is paralyzed. We got him vet care 2 days after rescuing him. I'm going to show you a picture of him. But so what the doctor told me was that he has what's called Manx syndrome, which is the spinal cord is basically, it stops forming. It's a gene mutation, but it's also a product. He's also a product of inbreeding. So, uncles, nieces, brother, sister are mating at this property. And so that's why he's unfortunately has this deformity. I have him at my home, and he's taken over my dining room. I have to express his, he needs help going to the bathroom. He is incontinent. So he's going to have a little bit of a challenging life. He doesn't even know he's disabled, though. He's full of life, and he's fun, and he's happy, but his name is Henry. I'm just going to pass that around. You can see his legs and he does not have a tail. That's part of the deforming of that syndrome. So really, this could have been prevented by spay and neuter. And that's why I'm here to advocate for Trap, Neuter, Return for community cats here in the community. We also do quite a bit of trapping over at Royal Oaks. We have for years, and I know that's private property, right? So the town really does not have jurisdiction there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, and I know there's a state statute that you can trap at a mobile home park, but you can't feed them. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that is the state statute, and I have talked to a lawyer from the state who explained that to me, and we agreed that there's always going to be somebody at the midnight hour that's leaving food on their back porch for these cats because it's the humane thing to do. But we do a lot of trapping over at Royal Oaks as well.
Could you give an overview on your trap and release?
Yes, and you'll see there's a flyer there to really explain it out. It's really the most humane solution for the pet overpopulation of outdoor cats. So what we do is we work with people who are identified as colony keepers. So it's basically I don't want to say the little old lady because that would mean me too, because I have a colony of cats. So I don't want to say that, but we coordinate with people who are feeding cats out in the community. We get permission to go on their property. We get them to stop feeding them for a period of time because the cats won't go in the trap if they're fed. So we trap them, we bring them to the low-cost spay-neuter clinic in Noblesville, get them fixed. They get rabies vaccine, which is state law that they have to have that. They get flea treatment, they get distemper, they get the ear tip, which is the universal sign that a cat is fixed. So when we're out trapping, if we see that ear tip, we go, okay, we don't need to worry about that cat, it's fixed, it's sterilized. And so then we recover them, in which we usually will stage, we call it staging, at our office in Anderson. We stage them ready to go to surgery the next day. Then they come back. They have to recover 24 to 48 hours. So a female cat has to recover for 48 hours. So we're holding them at our facility for that long. We feed them, of course. We have a little gadget I was just telling Jennifer about to feed them and take care of them. And then we return them back to the colony where they came from. And so while we're doing that, we want to make sure that the colony keepers, the person feeding them, has enough food. They can use our pet food pantry. And also, a lot of times they have indoor cats that are not fixed. So we try to work with them to get those indoor cats fixed as well. So it's quite a procedure. There's definitely not enough trappers in the world. We are always looking for people who want to learn how to do it. And once you learn, you're addicted to it, because when you hear that door, shut and you've got a cat in there, it's a total rush. It's very addictive. It's like fishing. If you like to fish, we fish cats. So we're always looking for volunteers for that. It takes a village to do this work because there's many components to trapping. But it is the most humane way of managing the pet population. So what happens you're cutting off the breeding cycle. So to get to the good stuff, basically over time, those colonies are going to shrink. Naturally, some animals are going to die. Just, they get hit by a car, they might get into poison, they might leave the area. They just die of natural causes or infection. And then, but over time, the colonies shrink. So the population is not continuing, because a female cat can have up to 3 litters in a year, which is a lot. And typically there's 7 to 8 kittens in a litter. So you can see over time where it would reduce the pet population. And we try to sterilize all of the cats in the colony. We don't just leave, those 2, they're tomcats. We don't need to worry about the males. Well, we do need to worry about the males, because the males are the ones fighting other males for the females and for the territory. So that's where you sometimes hear in the middle of the night cat fighting. Those are 2 males, 2 tomcats that are not neutered, and they smell. If the smell of urine from a male cat that's not neutered is very strong, and a lot of people will complain about that. You'll get a lot of nuisance complaints. I don't know if the police get those kind of complaints, but they're ones that we hear a lot. I'm sure that the property at Vastbinder has that smell. So
I had a phone call today that there's more than one colony over on that street.
Mm-hmm. That's not surprising. That's not surprising, because usually studies have shown that it's not just one colony keeper. There's usually about 4 different houses that cat is going to for food in a neighborhood. So, and so we have to work with all of those people. There's a lot of communication it's really a community effort. That's why they call them community cats. It takes all of us working together to make this happen and for it to be successful.
You said you left a note for the homeowner. Did they contact you at all?
No, they did not. She did not. Did not hear anything. She's known to us. She came, I pulled her pet food pantry application. She started coming to us in 2021. She only came one time then. In 2024, she came. She had 8 animals, 4 dogs, 4 cats. None of them were fixed. And we basically told her that she needed to be in compliance. That's contingent on getting free food, is that you get your pet spay and neutered. She never came back. Last year, I don't remember the exact date, but we got involved again. Somehow we were called, I know what it was. One of my staff, she went to high school with the daughter. And the daughter was posting it on Facebook, like videos of this horrific scene inside the house where there's just a lot of cat hoarding going on and litters everywhere. We took in 2 litters from that property. We got 3 female cats fixed and we returned them to her. And then there was a female dog that had 3 puppies, and we were able to move 2 to a rescue in Anderson, but they wanted to keep 1. And then we had the mom scheduled for surgery, and Sandra never showed for that. So who knows what happened there? But we have had involvement with her over the years. Yeah.
Anything else you can add about the program?
I think that we do a lot of preventative work. It's like I said, the vaccines are free. We do a lot of mobile clinics, and that was something I wanted to talk to Debbie about. We're starting to work with veterinarians in the area and do large-scale rabies vaccines, because a lot of people, they need the rabies vaccine to where they live. They have to be in compliance, especially if they're renting. And a lot of people can't even afford vet care. They cannot afford to take one of their cats to the vet. Never mind, the average pet owner has 5 to 6. So if they're not able to take one, they're not going to take any. So we try to do these free vaccines, and we offer like $5 rabies vaccines at these large scale events. We're doing one in July in Elwood with South Anderson Vet, and I've talked to her and Dr. Webster from Middletown. If we can use Mill Creek, the community center. Yeah. They both said, absolutely, we can do a large scale. And they do like 400 rabies vaccines in a day, like in just a few hours. So it's just we want to help pet owners. It's really about helping the pet owner to take care of their pet. That's really our mission, making resources available to them. We do have a retail store, and that's really what supports our organization. We get large donations from like Walmart distribution, Tractor Supply distribution, Save-A-Lot distribution in Yorktown. We get large amounts of food, pallets. We just got 7 pallets today, and we discount the food down. We also get litter. And so people love to shop in our store. And like I said, just about 100% of that revenue is what supports our spay and neuter costs and trap neuter return. So
anybody can go there and
anybody, yep, it's only open to the public. Yes.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions or?
I did share with the council. I emailed all of them the ordinances that you had sent me in the
Oh, right.
information, so they all have that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that Anderson is probably the best ordinance, well written. I don't.
I like that. I read through it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be working on the ordinance, but yeah, I like that.
Okay. It's pretty cohesive. We work with Best Friends Animal Society. Have you heard of them?
Say it again.
Best Friends Animal Society. So they are a nationwide nonprofit. They're the largest sanctuary. They have the largest sanctuary in Utah, in the United States. And so we have a strategist that works with us and the Animal Protection League to have a community cat program. And we're really trying to focus on shelter diversion because the Animal Protection League is so overcrowded, they're underfunded, and people are just flooding animals in there. So anything that our organization can do to prevent animals from ending up in the shelter, because we really work in tandem with APL, trying to keep them out. If they need resources, if they need a cage, if they need a fence would be hard, but we can do like outdoor kennels sometimes. Whatever the pet owner needs to keep their pet in their home, that is our mission. So we offer a lot of different resources.
So I was thinking you guys have a facility in Anderson that you have is separate from APL?
Yes, yeah, we're right down the road from APL. We are at, if you know, 8th and John, historic area of Anderson. That's where we are located. Brian Bell owns a lot of property right there at that corner. And it used to be Catapult Fitness.
Okay.
That's where we are. So please stop in. The store, like I said, it's open the first and third Saturday of every month, and then we offer the free vaccines on Monday evenings.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll just start at the top of the list for the rest of them. Chris, would you like to speak, Ms. McClish? Most of these people live on Bassfinder, and they're dealing with it all day long.
Yeah, that's exactly. Okay, I'm gonna make this quick because I've been here before and I've said kind of some of these same things. So instead of explaining, I'll just say I've helped 12 of her animals. Whether it's getting them spayed or neutered, then finding a home or whatever. I've had to put one to sleep, pay out of my pocket. If not, it would have died in my driveway. So just, that's quickly. Currently, I have one in my house because I couldn't say no. It was outside my house. I took it in. I talked with her, to ask her, do you mind if I take it? You've had it outside for a year. She said, yes, you can. I recorded this because I know how she is. Couple months later, found out she tried to get me arrested for, quote, stealing her cat. But of course that didn't work. But anyway, so she moved in on January of 2013. Okay. We started having these cat issues the beginning of 2018. This is when me and Tiffany, because I know Tiffany is an animal person, I know that's when we started discussing these situations. So like I said, off and on since then, but most recently, I think it was approximately May 23rd, me and Tiffany both literally watched out our windows, her load about 30 cats in her vehicle when it was almost 90 degrees outside, just shoving them in, shutting the door, shoving them in, shutting the door. Daughter told me they were going to drive around to a nice neighborhood, dump them off, She asked me for help. What am I supposed to do? What did she want me to do? I have 3 cats. If any of them have distemper, I can bring them into my home. So I said, I can't take them. She has a nice Maine Coon, which is an expensive cat. Chelsea begged me to take it. Uh-oh. Hey, Maine Coon, yeah.
Everybody wants one.
I said, no, I'm not going to do that to my cats. So, but we did. We watched her pile them all in. She was gone for 45 minutes that day. We watched when she came back. 0 animals. Now, we were told, she told Officer Lombardo, I think, that she, quote, took them to a friend's house because Chelsea told her DNR was coming to take them. What'd I say?
No, I mean, that's the joke.
That's, DNR.
Yeah, exactly. So, but my point, we seen it for our own eyes, came back with 0 cats. Okay?
Did she admit to the cops that she did that? Or?
Well,
You-
regarding that same day, I called animal control. They transferred me over to a Chesterfield police officer. I talked to him. He said he'd go by, never came by. No one ever came by. Until the next day, and then she didn't answer the door.
Well,
And then they came by again, and they were outside.
yeah. You have to get her outside. She's not going to answer a door. She knows it's a police officer. She's not going to answer a door. If she knows it's someone like them, she's not going to answer a door. Okay? But Officer Lombardo told me and Tiffany both that he literally seen a mom and 5 kittens in a crate in the backyard, all sick with eye infections. As far as I know, who knows? Donna's seen it for herself.
Can I interrupt you for a minute? Because I think we got the picture here, but Chief, is there not, without going into your guys' work, is there something going on there to go into the prosecutor's office?
We are. We're working with the prosecutor's office, and we are trying to get some things done to where this is not a real easy task here because we can't just go into the house. Number one, we have to have a warrant, which that's not the big issue, but we got to coordinate with people that will have the right equipment on, because most of us, if we were to go into that home, the ammonia smell would overtake you. It's so bad that most of us would probably pass out if all of us wouldn't. So this has got to be a coordination with a few different types of
Okay,
people.
My question is this in the process?
Yes, it is in the process.
Because when I checked on some things, it was my understanding that everything's squared away for the prosecutor's office to get the proper items needed to take appropriate action.
Correct.
Without hurting their case.
It is in the process.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, you go ahead and finish it.
Okay, I'll make it quick. But yeah, I mean, the water company that's going around, I guess they refuse to go under the house. Okay, does that tell you something? We live by this. We deal with this every day. I mean, the cats, they're not fixed. They're not vaccinated. Town ordinance right here. Why doesn't this get upheld?
Ask that question one more time.
Town ordinance says you have to have a rabies vaccination. None of her animals have been vaccinated. You know, maintaining a common nuisance. None of her cats are fixed. They come over, they pee on our front porch, they pee in our backyard. And then, of course, our cats are going to mark their territory, but we live this. You guys hear it. You don't live this. We all live it. I talk to her because I get along with everybody. That's just me. That's how I am. You know, I've tried to talk to her just like I'm talking to you guys right now. I've tried. This has been going on since 2018. And it's just, you know, I don't know. You know, when we saw the firemen and there was a police officer that went over there, when they left, they all sprayed themselves down. Why? We all deal with this every day because we live right next to it.
And now also, am I correct, the Board of Health has been called there and they said there's absolutely nothing they can do,
That's correct.
which mind boggles me.
Yeah, exactly.
But of course, I don't understand their laws, but that mind boggles me. But you have a clearer picture now after listening to this young lady speak.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And I forgot, you got to buy. When you come up to speak and you state your name, you have 3 minutes, and I was supposed to set the timer, and I forgot, so you got lucky. You did good.
You did good. You did good.
Shirley,
Who else?
anybody else want to add to anything? I know several of you signed up to speak.
Are you going out to say?
Okay, I can take Shirley off.
You can say it from there, if you don't want to get up.
I'm often not going out speaking because I can't hear them.
Okay.
I have a hearing aid, but they don't.
Yeah. I really think she explained the situation very well, at least from unless the council has some other questions.
There's dogs involved too. Tons of them.
Okay.
And the only reason we ask you to come up here is our meetings have to be live, so they have to be able to hear, or I get complaints that they're not loud enough, so that's why we do that.
Okay. Chief, you have anything else to say? I know you're going to be, you guys are going to be working on trying to come to a resolution as quick as possible.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
The ball's already in play.
Okay. I just want to make sure they feel, they know something's being done.
Right.
You got that lady there, got her hand up.
Donna?
Question I have is I'm very concerned about all the trash that's everywhere in the yard. They've been trying to leave until last week. They've been out there trying to get something out. There's times I can't even walk my side door. The stench from moldy clothes.
And Donna, you know that's not our first rodeo on that, too.
I know.
And I don't know, my problem is if she doesn't have utilities and those animals are in there. No water, no.
Nothing on?
She goes in spurts. She goes in spurts. But I'm just saying that the months you guys are talking about, you know? So, and I know we have the trash ordinance, what can we, her yard is not as bad, but it's heading that way, that we had a year ago that we cleaned it up.
Do we not have a ordinance about trash and garbage in our yards?
Yeah, we do.
We do? But I was gonna ask, how do we get, what process do we?
No, we have that in our ordinance already.
It's already in the ordinance. It's just citation being given to them.
Let's have the town superintendent, I know he's not here tonight. Let's have the town superintendent get all the necessary information, submit it to the town attorney for issuing some information on it. So send a letter to him as well as we need to do a citation.
She own that house? Is that what-
Yes, she does own the house. I've looked at all of that. She thinks I'm trying to take her house, but I'll be Shirley's neighbor, but
That was my concern all along. The house is more than I shouldn't even live in at this point.
I agree
Well,
100%.
decorating. I mean, it would look, it's got to come down. That's-
And she owns it.
Did the Board of Health go in it?
They have to be invited in.
That'll never happen. That'll
I
never
was
happen.
gonna say, they probably have not been in it.
No,
You can't get through it. If you even open your front door, it's Jack's got.
we had a local church that actually went and cleaned up the property a year ago.
Is she
And they
getting
paid a
any-
lot of money.
Is she getting any poor relief from the trustee at all?
Oh, yeah, she got a lot of that, and also ARPA money from Anderson when they were giving out, the Anderson Housing Authority. Substantial amount. And we cleaned up the property above and beyond. We paid all bills.
I think the trustee has authority to do that,
No, he doesn't.
enter the property.
No, he doesn't. It's yards. All we do is, all they do is the weeds and the lawn care. They can't go in and,
Or you'll check on that, right?
well, I'm married to the trustees, so I know. We've had other calls on that, and we don't.
My mother lives on Bass Binder, so
Yeah.
I see this firsthand and understand. All these things is like a cycle of things you have to go through when you're on this side of the fence, like the trash in the yard. You know, it goes through a cycle of cleanup, and then the whole vicious cycle starts again. The animals, it's like the yards that you see unkept in town. So unfortunately, it's a cycle that we have to follow to follow our ordinances or the state laws or whatever they may be. But
And my daughter won't put anything out for the trash because they come down and go through all the trash, and that's what ends up in their backyard. Literally, they said that they go dumpster diving. They take anything that looks like they could sell it.
Yeah, they're always the ones, it's a problem, anybody puts anything out front, you'll see them dragging it back to that house within minutes.
And they're saying,
They got a lot of grills, you get a barbecue grill up front, they never use it, you know, like, and they can buy the meat, but they got some grills over there.
no, they put it in the front.
Anybody else have anything to come up and say? No, go right ahead.
I really wanted to thank again ambassadors for being here because I can't stress enough how wonderful they are for our community. And whether you've known about them or you have just heard about them today, they have made such a huge impact and they have done so much good for all the surrounding towns, I mean, even. And I thank you for taking time to come here for this. So whether you like cats, whether you don't like cats, this is a problem. You know, I open my patio door blinds to cats sitting on my deck. You know, they're sick, they're starving, they're out in all weather, you know, hot temperatures, you know, it's so sad. It's horrible animal cruelty. And I mean, I printed out a picture of a cat that was one of the worst cats I've ever seen stop at my house, and the picture looks horrible, so I will just show you this cat in the pouring rain. I looked out and it was on my porch. this cat's eyes were bleeding because it's had such a bad respiratory infection. And I'm sure everybody's had a respiratory infection in their life. They're miserable. And these cats are not getting any better. They're just continuing to have these respiratory infections until they die somewhere. And, you know, we live right next to this, so it's impacting us daily. And this is a problem everywhere, and, you know, it may be a big deal to some and not a big deal to others, but it's not going to go away. And it's just, we have to get to the root of the problem, and these cats are just multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. I mean, like she said, how many litters cats can have. And this person has posted, I've seen her post, and the mommy got killed that morning, and she's got a litter of kittens that are now also going to starve to death and die in this house. Somebody has to get in this house and see. There could be a dead body in there as bad as it smells. We don't know. You know, we could be talking something like that even in there. It's horrible.
Susan, what's to keep them from, let's say we go in the house, 3 minutes, and we got all the animals out. Kind of like we cleaned up the entire yard. What's to keep her, is there anything that can keep her from getting more animals again?
We need a Dexter's Law.
Hang on, I got it.
We need a blacklisted.
Yes.
I've been talking to the prosecutor's office, and they're going to try to make it, whoever judge will hear this, to make it to where she's not allowed to have animals anymore.
Okay.
And I know that's happening
That's that's what we're really pushing.
Yeah, we really need that law for
She
more than
shouldn't
just
have-
her.
She shouldn't have any.
Well, I would let the police department take their course of action on it over the next 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it's going to take on that, and get some movement going on it. And we'll see where it goes in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And we'll be working on an ordinance as well. So, anything else?
This is just something, like we said, it's been years. We've been fighting. We've been trying to get the attention. That video of that kitten, which is the result of all the inbreeding going on, and he's deformed. He's the cutest thing in the world, and I hope he finds a good home, that somebody that's going to love him. We have a special needs cat ourselves. You know, I've fostered cats. You know, we can't bring all these cats. We can't keep spending our money. You know, it's not fair. It's not fair on so many levels, and it's mostly not fair to all these poor cats that have to suffer because they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to have an owner that just, when she has more kittens, tosses more out. You know, that's what's happening. So it's just, it's not going to stop. It's just going to get worse.
That's why I asked
Yeah.
if we got rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, cutting back on the population is going to be huge. That's going to help a lot if we can do that. Spaying and neutering is going to help, you know, make the problem smaller. So,
Thank you for your input.
but
Appreciate it.
thanks for letting me talk.
One
Thank you,
last person,
Tiffany.
anybody got anything to say? If not, you've heard what the chief, he's got a direction he's headed. Town's got a direction, we're headed on an ordinance. So we'll see where we go. I want to thank everybody for coming in.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, and thanks for getting up and speaking. Sometimes that's tough to do.
Is there anything else from the board?
Our next town council meeting will be July 21st because I will not be here for the second week. So it'll be July 21st at 6:30.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion for dismissal.
I'll make that.
We got a motion, we have a second?
Second.
We got a second, that's all we need. Thank you. Thank you again for coming.